back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is the 4th of October.
Rod Rosenstein.
It's a Friday.
Now, he was Deputy Attorney General under Jeff Sessions. And he helped pen a letter getting Comey fired. Okay?
Okay.
Now, you know this.
Yes.
Okay, you were thinking something else.
No, I'm actually just getting really frustrated at our lighting issues and my constantly having to adjust it. But the Lord is going to help me figure it out, I know.
Yeah, okay. So, through the Freedom of Information Act,
FOIA,
Judicial Watch has uncovered
Tom Fitton,
the snake that Rod Rosenstein is. And I quote, "I am with Mueller. He shares my views. Duty calls. Sometimes the moment chooses us. Rod Rosenstein, one day before Mueller was appointed as special counsel." Rod Rosenstein chose Mueller. He was in on the presidential coup the entire time. Remember the whole wiretap thing? Do you wear a wire?
Yeah.
New emails obtained through the FOIA Act lawsuit reveal the details surrounding communications between the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and Robert Mueller in the days. So what they had to do was they had to convince Jeff Sessions to step down so they could get their guy in, which is Rod Rosenstein, right? In the days leading up to the former FBI director's appointment as special counsel in the Russia probe, Mueller would go on to assemble a team comprising of 13 angry Democrats, as Trump calls them, due to their obvious animus towards the president. According to the 145 pages of documents obtained by Judicial Watch, Rosenstein and Mueller were discussing just 3 days after President Trump fired FBI Director Comey, and ostensibly for some time before that. The boss and his staff do not know about our discussions, Rosenstein wrote Mueller May 12th, 2017, as the two tried to nail down a time for their next conversation. Remember, he helped write the memo saying we should fire Comey.
Right.
This is why Trump was so confused. 4 days later, on May 16th, the day before Mueller's appointment, Rosenstein told former Bush administration Deputy Attorney General and current Kirkland and Ellis pardon Mark Phillip, "I am with Mueller. He shares my views. Duty calls. Sometimes a moment chooses us." And on May 17th, Rosenstein appointed former FBI Director Mueller to investigate Russian meddling into the 2016 presidential election. Also during the same time period, between May 8th and May 17th, Rosenstein met with the then acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe and other senior Justice Department officials to discuss wearing a wire and invoking the 25th Amendment to remove President Trump.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, Rosenstein was in contact with 60 Minutes, the New York Times, and the Washington Post during the same time period. In an email exchange dated May 2017, Rosenstein communicated with the New York Times reporter Rebecca Roots to provide background for this article about himself. Roots emailed Rosenstein a draft of the article, and he responded with the off-the-record comments and clarifications. In an email exchange on the day of Mueller's appointment, Rosenstein exchanged emails with 60 Minute reporter Catherine Davis, in which he answered off-the-record questions of Mueller's scope of authority and chain of command. Off the record, this special counsel is a DOJ employee. His status is similar to a U.S. attorney. Davis says, "Good call on
DOJ. You said
Mueller."
DOJ.
Oh, sorry. Davis says, "Good call on Mueller, although I obviously thought you'd be great at leading the investigation too." On May 17, 2017, in an email exchange with the Washington Post journalist Sari Horowitz and the subject line "Special Counsel Rosenstein and Horowitz exchanged Rod Rosenstein. At some point, I owe you a long story, but this is not the right time for me to talk to anybody. Horowitz, now, I see why you couldn't talk today. Obviously, we're writing a big story about this. Is there any chance I could talk to you about your background and about your decision? These astonishing emails further confirm the corruption behind Rosenstein's appointment of Robert Mueller. The emails show a shockingly cozy relationship between Rod Rosenstein and the anti-Trump media reporters.
Okay, so
this is Rod Rosenstein's Attorney General. The Attorney General is there actually to protect the president. That is why the president gets to appoint the Attorney General.
Right.
This is your point man. This is your guy who you get to make sure he goes. Obama had it, Bush had it, Clinton had it, for better or for worse. Loretta Lynch, hello, meeting with Clinton on the tarmac. the Attorney General, telling Comey, call it a matter. That's your point, God. That is your prerogative as president to have your own Attorney General. They got Jeff Sessions out, and they knew they could swish in Rod Rosenstein. Now, before you say something, as mom would like to make sure, I think in my back of my head all the good things. I bring to you the news because I want to get through the stories. But what I do need to point out to you is that this is good news. Because the deep state, was it 2019? In 2016, the deep state was a pejorative term. It was a put down. When you said the term deep state, you were automatically put into a camp of conspiracy theorists,
tinfoil hats,
and they were, and you basically believed that in every conspiracy theory known to mankind that people didn't walk on the moon.
Right.
Here go ahead, fight it out in the chat. But basically, you were just like a nutcase. And the only way for the rats to come out is to shine the light. And God allowed this to happen. We know it's God because so far President Trump has not been taken out.
Right.
Okay? So this
I think about that all the time.
Super persecution. However, Trump is the man for the job. God spoke to me and said he will complete his task. God put Trump in this position because he is literally the only man on planet Earth who could stand, for better or for worse, against the deep state. Whether it is an innate in him, whether it is God in him, whether it is just his narcissism or whatever he's got going on inside of him, Trump is the only guy that could stand the onslaught of the constant attack in order to draw out the poison, in order to draw out the enemy. And he knows what is happening. He knew as soon as he started calling it the fake news media, they would go ballistic. Okay? But he is one of those guys that does feed off of it. It makes him stronger. He is a fighter. It's what gets him up in the morning. It's what helps him sleep well at night. Because he knows he's doing the right thing and he's not doing anything wrong. And he doesn't have the same emotional sway that you and I have. I have a friend of mine, or not a friend of mine. I have friends. If friends get a little disappointed at me, it makes me so sad.
Yeah.
It doesn't make Trump sad.
Yeah.
Okay? You need to have that kind of almost emotionless stance on things, but he gets positive. He just doesn't allow the negative to feed inside of him.
Yeah.
He allows the positive in, but he doesn't allow the negative in. And it's an amazing thing. And he allows the rest of the world, okay? We could have 100 good comments and we think about the one negative one.
It's true.
If Trump has 50 bad comments and 50 good comments, it's a good day. It's a great day. He could have 20/80. It's a good day. He focuses on the good comments. He focuses on the good that's happening.
Yeah.
Okay? And we all could learn from that.
Right. The only thing that I was going to say, which has nothing to do with that, before you got on that my good news out of all this, is I remember when our township and some neighbors were coming after us for keeping our pigs. I also remember it was really a stressful time. And I remember when our family was trying to take our house from us and stuff. Really, really stressful times. And
you're okay. She won't get you.
It was hard to eat. It was hard to sleep. It was hard to function as a human being. And I think about all these people that actually have yet to be named, who are not famous, who are literally sitting in the sidelines in the background going, how long is it before my name comes up, before I'm exposed? Like, these people, they can't be they have to be like,
see, John Brennan and James Clapper, they don't have the same stuff that Trump has. They were afraid.
Yeah.
Well, it's a scripture. Train a child up in the way as you go, and when he is old, he won't depart.
Right.
And he was raised under the church of
positivity.
Norman Vincent Peale, who taught the power of positive thinking.
Right.
So
he started the whole thing in the 1950s.
Yeah.
So he was raised under that power of positive thinking.
And Mom's right. For if you couldn't hear Patriot Gallery there, Trump went to a church of Norman Vincent Peale, and he literally was the kind of founder of the power of positive thinking. Now, however you want to take that religious wise, that's up to you. But there's psychology to that.
So just a little bit to let you know, even the Washington Post gave Adam Shifty Schiff 4 Pinocchios for saying
a liar.
He said that he did not have any contact with this whistleblower, and he did, and we all believe that he helped write it. All right, so if you guys didn't see this, we're moving on to the eating babies part.
Oh man!
Now it is. I
don't want to watch it again.
It is a plant, and it's almost funner to watch it as it not being a plant, but I'm going to ruin it for you. Just as we anticipated, the woman who confronted AOC at her town hall in Corona was in fact a plant sent by a pro-Trump group. And here's the thing, pro-Trumpers called it from the beginning. They're like, this woman is awesome. It's so believable. It's hard to unbelieve it.
I have to admit something. I haven't watched it because I don't want to watch it.
You're going to watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
So, Let the Eat the Babies woman has ties to LaRouche PAC, a right-wing group that supports President Trump. The group was founded by former communist Lyndon LaRouche. LaRouche, who died earlier this year at the age of 96, was one of the original American political provocateurs. LaRouche's followers took credit for the prank in a tweet Thursday night, claiming that sometimes only satire works. The clip has gone viral. Even Donald Trump tweeted it out. Let's just watch it. And I am proud of her. I'm so proud of this because it exposes the craziness, and it makes Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez the only adult in the room for 1 second. Okay.
So much long because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2. All of you're a pollutant. Too much CO2. We have to start now, please. You are so great. I'm so happy that you're really supporting the Green Deal, but it's not enough. Even if we would bomb Russia, we still have too many people, too much pollution. So we have to get rid of the babies. That's a big problem. Just stopping having babies is not enough. We need to eat the babies, and this is very serious. Please give a response.
No, thank you. We'll go ahead. Okay. No, we'll go ahead. It's so no. Yeah, no. Thank you. So I think So one of the things that's very important to us is that we need to treat the climate crisis with the urgency that it does present.
This has had almost 10 million views. And here's the thing. What she does not say here is we don't need to eat babies.
We have more than a few months. We do need to hit net zero in several years. But I think we all need to understand that there are a lot of solutions that we have and that we can pursue, and that if we act in a positive way, there's space for hope.
There's space for hope. I love that she's on television saying, we only have 12 years. We only have 12 years. And this woman's like, we have to eat the babies. And so Eat the Babies trended on Twitter yesterday. It was the funniest thing I've seen. And Eat the Children is still trending on Twitter. Eat the Children is still trending. Eat the Babies.
Me.
Joe Pollock from Breitbart says, I don't know how you eat children without separating families.
That's excellent.
The overall point is that the Democrat Party has gone so far left that Eat the Children is actually a plausible platform for them. People believed it. Because a Swedish professor came out and said we need to start eating human flesh.
Yeah, we covered that a couple of weeks ago. I want to get to some comments here, but let me see if I can get this lighting adjusted here before we do. So let me see. AOC is not shocked, says Edward Wallace.
Here we have babies going in the office.
Baker Mom says, wow, I've heard everything. Abominable Snowman says, yeah, it's a troll. It's amusing.
Eating people is wrong. There's a pen.
Awesome troll. Let's see. She is faking a Swedish accent as well. Too attractive to be a lefty. She's trolling. She's not the only adult in the room. She didn't denounce the eat babies remark. PB&J on babies is what Swedish socialists recommend. That's really disgusting. Nobody there disagreed with her, I noticed, said Jim West. Yeah, this is awful. It's just disgusting and violent. Oh my gosh.
So eat the babies. Or don't actually eat the babies. It's probably not a good idea. Please.
We're going to sign off here. We love you. God loves you. God bless. And remember,
it's not just a conspiracy theory.
If it's actually the truth. All right, we'll see you back on Sunday at 1. God bless.
I was cold all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid, but you call my name.